Start it now.
Okay.
Going to have a 15 to 30 minutes for the speaking exercise, and let's start it now. And now let's talk about childhood. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So did you enjoy your childhood?
Yes, I'm really enjoying my childhood because I have great memories about my childhood when I was when I was playing with my friends with my neighborhood, and I usually played casti or some foley in my hometown. That's really enjoyable for me.
Okay, thank you. And what is your first memory of your childhood?
Sorry, sir.
What is your first memory of your childhood?
My first memory in my childhood was when I was going to my home and I realized that my mother was not in my house, and then uh, and I was really excited when my mother came. Then uh, brought me some snacks uh, for lunch, I think.
Okay, so okay. Did you have a lot of friends when you were a child?
Of course, I have a lot of friends. Uh, my school friends and also my neighbor friends. We usually we used to play every afternoon after we got lunch, and after that just uh, we just did some great activities even in the night, of course, and such uh, watch some films in the television, because at that time there was no television in my hometown.
Okay, thank you. And
Okay.
do you think that it is better for children to grow up in the city or in the countryside?
Uh, in my opinion, children have to get a great memory. So when they live in instead of they live in a city or in a countryside, if they had a great memory of their childhood, it is okay. But personally, I prefer living countryside, so that I moved to this city instead of work in the big city, so that my children could get great memories of their childhood.
Okay, thank you. And now let's talk about going out, right? Going out.
Okay.
Okay, do you often go out in the evenings?
Yes, sometimes I go out in the evening. I usually go out with my family and my children, maybe just to get dinner outside, but not, uh, but just near my house. Not go, just don't not go too far anyway.
Okay, so what do you like to do when you go out?
We usually watching some movies or just having a dinner with my family, because especially in the weekend, in the night of the in the weekend, we usually just going out and have having having a dinner in the fancy restaurant, and then maybe if we has if we have enough time, we continue to go to the uh, play place for playing.
Okay, so okay, where do most young people like to go out in your country?
In my country, people tend to choose to go to the restaurant, maybe for just some get some conversation about their life. Uh, but nowadays they have a tendency to go to the fancy and Instagrammable restaurant just to take a picture. Maybe they just order one food or one drink and just take a picture and uh, stay in that restaurant for a long hours for some hours.
Okay, thank you. And now let's talk about hobbies. And do you think that hobbies should be shared with other people?
Yes, of course, because basically, people were social have sorry. Yes, of course, because basically people is a social person, so we tend to do something together, and it's more enjoyable when we share our hobbies, like maybe we go swimming together with our friends, or just if our hobby is watching some movies, so we are going to the cinema together to enjoy our hobbies.
And what hobbies are popular in your country?
Uh, in my country nowadays, the traveling maybe is more popular because of increasing of social media and uh, tourism spot. So people tend to go to other tourism spot and go vacation and then take a picture and something, and they really like to go with their friends.
Okay, thank you. And why do you think people have hobbies?
I consider people have hobbies uh, to fill out their spare time, and also to uh, people tend to fill out their spare time and then to release stress after they work or after they study, and they enjoy to do their hobbies.
Okay, thank you very much. And now let me give you feedback for us speaking part one, right?
Yes.
So still remember the questions because I divided the questions into three. The first is talk about your activity when you were a child, and also talk about going out, and the last is hobbies. So the first topic is all about simple past, Miss.
Okay.
Sometimes you forgot to use simple past. I think yes, I strongly suggest you to use simple past. Like when I ask you about your childhood, then you answer with a simple present. So beware of simple
Okay.
past, yeah. And also still the same topic. I hear also you say children have great memory when living in the countryside and living in the city. But I do not see the reason why you say
Yes.
great memory. So what do you want to deliver about the great memories?
Yes.
Yeah, could you please tell me why you say great memories?
Maybe the children have a happy memory about maybe play outside, and when they live in the countryside, they have a chance to play outside uh, in the park, and maybe in the city they will not find
Ah,
that.
this is what I need when you talk about great memories, because you did not explain further about great memories. So I think seems like a writing, yeah, Miss, yeah, writing. So you need to describe
Yes.
them in a very detail. And also things to improve is, then you're right, enjoy to eat. No, after enjoy you need to follow by verb ing. So enjoy eating food.
Oh
And
yes.
yes,
Okay.
enjoy reading. But overall, good. Your performance is good because you use compound sentence, complex sentence, and you have successfully paraphrased the questions. But I think you need to learn how to use idioms, ya, Miss, ya. You need to learn how to use
Yes.
idioms.
Like
Idiomsnya, ya, like-nya mungkin in these days and age. Itu kalau bicara tentang hari
in
ini,
these days.
ya, in these days and age,
Okay.
atau misalnya karena dia berhubungan sama eating, berarti apa ya? Kalau eating berarti misalnya the menu is delicious.
Okay.
Ya, yang kayak begitu. Oke, now let's overall bagus, sudah bagus. Tinggal nanti ditambahkan idioms ya. And pay attention to your tenses.
Yes, sir.
Nah, sekarang
Sorry,
kita
I have distracted because
it's okay.
my children.
It's fine. So this is now, let's
Yes.
move to speaking part 2, yeah.
Okay.
This is the questions. Okay, I would like to ask you to describe a film you would like to see in the future. So you have 1 minute to prepare. You can start now.
The future. Okay.
It's already 1 minute. So now let's start this speaking now. Okay, you have
Okay.
2 minutes to talk. Do not stop before you are being interrupted. Okay.
Yes. I would like to tell you about what film I would like to see in the future. Uh, it's really I'm interesting about the film from Hollywood. That is the film called Marriage Story. I heard it from my friends. It is about the couple have been divorced, and I heard that the film is great. The actor and actress play their role very well, and also the the story is uncommon, and then they teach us uh, how to remain our marriage, and I I really I I will really love to see it uh, because the fil- because it it will give me different insight about marriage, and also uh, different different problems about marriage. As we know, marriage is not only uh, people people who love each other and then take commitment, but also how we could uh, how we could respect each other. And the film. I heard the film is have a great um, the film have a great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry.
So I mean, Nitya,
I do.
so you have finished talking with 2 minutes, but in the middle of you speaking, I don't know what's going on there, but I hear that you made some pauses. So how to solve this one? Because you still have more time to improve your speaking before you come to the exam. So because we have a 4 points. Okay. So learn how to describe this is into 30 seconds. This is also 30 seconds. This is also 30 seconds. This is also 30 seconds. When we accumulate them, it's going to be
2 minutes.
Yes, 2 minutes. So that's why this is, you need to learn how to describe them. So you can start with what is the film is. That's the first, that's the following 30 minutes. And also you need to pay attention to the your
Tenses.
opening sentences. Your
Okay.
opening sentences, you say, I would like to tell you about the film. This is good, but for me, I think this is too generic. To generic, it means that many students use this one when they are
Okay.
speaking. So I suggest you, I think you need to change. You need to use a different approach. Let me tell you, or let me give an example. So, well, the moment that because the question is all about a film to describe in the futures, then maybe you can start with the moment that I read the instruction and I have many things to say about a film that I would like to see in the futures.
Okay.
Since this is a 2 minute talk, so let me narrow it down into one films called apa? Baru nanti coba dijelasin, right? So learn
Yes.
how to, ya. Coba kita latihan dulu untuk
The
opening
moment that
sentence.
read apa sir tadi sir?
The moment that I read the instruction, I have many things to say about the films that I like to watch. Terserah kata-katanya seperti apa, asalkan jangan mulai dengan I'm going to tell you about the film. No, change. Itu tidak begitu bagus. Coba kita mulai.
At the moment that I read the instruction about the films, I would like to see that film in the future. One film is called A Marriage Story. Yes.
Yes, good. Marriage story.
Marriage
Yeah.
Story.
So why this? You need to explain this into 30 seconds. Yeah. Okay. So you need to describe them into 30 seconds. And what is all about marriage? You need to talk about also in the 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. This is the feedback. And now let's move to speaking part
3.
Speaking part 3.
The
And now
hardest.
let's talk about environment. Okay.
Okay.
Are there many environmental problems in your country?
Of course, there's many environmental problems in my country, such as, for instance, plastic waste is it is a big problem in my country because most of the people tend to buy food in the plastic bag and then just throw away in our environment, just in the land or in the road and something like that. And in my country, there's also common to use plastic straw, and it just use for once only, and then we have to put it in the garbage. And it was a real serious problem because plastic is cannot some plastic bag cannot recycling cannot recycle in the in the plastic bag is maybe some plastic bags can recycle, but not all of the plastic can be recycled. And I think when we just throw away in the garbage, and then the garbage is more and more, and it can it leads to a problem in our environment, such as floodings, or maybe some pollutions. For example, last week we have a big flood in our capital city, Jakarta, and although it was not mainly because of this plastic waste, but also the plastic waste is one of the problem who causes that flood. And I think if we just use the plastic wisely, so we can reduce the risk of the flood.
Yes, I think it is too long, and you beat around the bush. You don't need to force yourself to speak along if you're not sure enough about the content that you want to say. So speak like writing. So the question is, are there many environmental problems in your country? Then you can answer yes. You need to paraphrase. Yes. In the last 5 years, we have a problem with the plastic because people more and more use straw, and also they use plastic bags when they purchase their daily needs. And this results, or this leads to more and more plastic become a problems not only in the land but also in the sea. So for the example, I think it's 70% animals in the sea are found dead because of they eat a plastic.
Okay.
Plastics cannot even be biodegradable, so that's why plastic is one of the problems that happen in my country. Jadi seperti itu aja, nggak usah terlalu panjang, Thomas. Let's start it now. Are people concerned about environmental problems in your country?
For some people, yes, but most of the people in my country doesn't really care about the environment. They just thinking of themselves, and then not to try to maintain our environment, such as maybe the culture of throw the garbage in the bin. It's not all the people do this. So maybe for some people they have a great concern about the environment, and some people know. Most of the people know, I think.
Okay, you can say that. I think it is depend on the people.
It depends
So
on the people.
because the question is, are people concerned about environmental problems? So you need to divide it on the people. So well,
Okay.
I think it's for young people now. They have a tendency to campaign the awareness of using a straw or using a plastic bag. But I don't know for the old people. So what I see, media talks about how young people in Jakarta campaign to use a steel straw rather than the plastic one. This is one of the way that young people concerns about the environmental problems resulted from the plastic.
Plastic.
Ya begitu aja, Miss. Okay, and Next, do you believe that climate change is a serious problem?
Yes, of course. As we know that nowadays the in my country, it usually rain in September, but in September is just dry, and it's serious problem because it can uh, it can lead some uh, environment damage about the climate change. Maybe some animals couldn't uh, couldn't cope that climate change, and then they just die. And of course, sorry.
Okay, so
Is it
climate change
okay?
is a serious problem. If you say, if you don't know about this one, just say, I don't know much about serious problem. Yeah, as a climate change is a serious problem, but what I have seen from TV that people also all talk about climate change. They worry about the impact of the climate change will make people suffer in the future. But I'm not sure enough what climate change is all about because I don't have any experience related to this one. I think so far is the life is okay. There's no change a lot about the weather, but I don't know what makes a television uh, talks about this phenomena.
Climate change.
Begitu aja kalau mis tidak ada idea. And
Okay.
now let's talk about the next question. The next question is let me say tourism. I think it's tourism and the local community. And do you think that tourism is a good thing?
Yes, I consider that tourism is a good thing, especially for a local community, because it can influence their economical side. And also the when tourism spot is available for some people surround their in its tourism spot, it can just uh, have a role in this tourism spot.
Okay, thank you. And why do you think some people believe that tourism to be bad for local communities?
I think some people think that tourism spot can be bad because of maybe the culture change, because as we know that if uh, if there is a tourism spot the in some places, so people from around the world come there, and then maybe can uh, influence some bad culture from other, of course, because not all the culture can is suitable for the local culture. Maybe it's
Okay.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking section. So let me give you feedback for speaking part three. Speaking part three is the most challenging, Miss. So I just share some of the example that I think it's that you can apply when you face your speaking section. In particular, if you find out a difficult question that will not help you to speak outline. So I want you to learn from this one, right? And then the positive, the strong point you have, you can use compound sentence, complex sentence. Also, you can talk about compound and complex sentence. Your grammar is good, but I think it's you need to use if clause.
It's
If clause,
close.
if clause, you forgot to use if clause, yeah. So better
Yes.
you use you right use if clause, and use also
Oh yeah.
passive sentence.
Okay.
Thank you. Overall, good. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you. So let
Thank you,
me.
sir.
Okay. So wait. We discuss first for the writing. Writing that
Yes.
you
Leading tadi itu, sir.
yes. Wait. So this is the leading tadi. So let me take it the.
in writing, I usually just subject verb, and I think the flow and the